issues during the broadcast, please call the Oregon Studio Hotline at 336-831-0864. Station's your final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds until airtime.
Duck's gonna pick it up, and here we go. Got him deep. He's open. He's got it. And he's gone.
How about that?
Oregon repeats as the Pac-12 champion.
Duarte pulls up, 3-ball. Bang!
LJ Figueroa!
Oregon goes back to back for the 4th time in the last 6 years. The Ducks are Pac-12 champions.
Foley 3. Goal! Foley ball. 3 is good. Zavala. Wing. Pow. Yeah, boom, boom.
Welcome to Duck Insider.
What a weekend.
We're just getting started.
This is Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. Presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Better banking, local solutions. Live from the Country Financial Studio, here's Joey Mack.
Huge weekend on the diamond. Oregon softball, 4:30 this afternoon. A start time on ESPN3 and a 4:15 pregame show with our buddy Jordan Brenner here on the Oregon Sports Network and KWVA Eugene 88.1 FM. For those of you in the Eugene area, postseason play starts against Texas State for Melissa Lombardi's squad with a 4:15 pregame show and a 4:30 first pitch on ESPN3 and right here on OSN. And then Oregon baseball, baby. In the hunt for a Pac-12 championship, the Ducks face Stanford tonight. It is a 6:05 official start time at PK Park. There are still limited tickets available if you're live with us in the 1 o'clock hour. GoDucks.com has you covered. You might be watching the two best pitchers in the Pac-12 on the mound tonight. Robert Ahlstrom for the Ducks, a 3-time Pac-12 Pitcher of the Week honoree, against Brandon Beck, who has not been beaten on the mound this year. He is 6-0. I'm telling you, whoever wins this game tonight between Ahlstrom and Beck is probably the Pac-12 Pitcher of the Year in the conference. If you are in the Eugene area, if you're looking for something to do, guys, I'm telling you, get to PK Park tonight. Great news. Concessions are open. Woo! Concessions are back at PK Park. You'll be able to order it all through the GoDucks app on your phone. I know everyone's going to ask me because I've already gotten a couple questions. Can I order beer on my phone? Unfortunately, the answer is no. Normally, I'd be saying, have a beer for the broadcaster. In fact, I talked with Mark Wazakowski for the Toyota Coaches Corner and our 5:45 pregame show tonight, and he said, hey, have a beer and a hot dog for the head coach. And I said, well, Coach, you can have a hot dog, but we're getting there. We're getting back to normal. I am all for it. This is a huge series at PK Park. Okay, here's my notes. For those of you, if you can see it, I don't know if you can. This is a combination of my notes and one Todd Miles, who is the sports information director for Oregon baseball. The Pac-12 championship picture as of Friday, May 21st, 2021. Yeah, I've got it written down and I am ready to go. Okay, here's the Pac-12 championship picture. The maximum number of wins possible. Oregon baseball could win 23. Arizona could win 22. Arizona State, Oregon State, and UCLA could all win 20. Ducks have a little bit of an advantage there. Stanford, maximum number of wins possible is 19 because they lost a series, so they're only going to play 27 games. Good news for the Ducks. Remaining games. Arizona's got to go to Oregon State this weekend. Go Beavs. I can't believe I said it. It hurts so bad. Oh. Guys, it's so painful to say that, but I'm telling you, I think Oregon fans, you're rooting for the Beaver baseball team this weekend. You have to, because it would give Oregon a little bit of help on their way to a Pac-12 championship. Ducks got to take care of business, though. Really is going to start tonight with a 6 o'clock first pitch at PK Park. It's going to be on Pac-12 Bay Area. It's not on Pac-12 National. Utah, Washington is the two last place teams in the Pac-12. I don't make the schedule. Don't take it out on me. But I can tell you, yeah, where's the flag, actually? Flag is on here. So we're gonna get. You know what? We have not given Scott Phillips the flag back in probably. It hasn't been that long, has it? But Scott Phillips, you can have the flag back because there was a flag on that play. But also, the flag was holding up my baseball helmet on my desk. We're gonna have to here. Wait, no, I've got. Hang on. Let's see if I can put a mouse under it. There we go. The helmet's good. Everything's fine in the studio. So I'm serious though. I actually think you're rooting for the Beavers this weekend if you're an Oregon baseball fan because it could help Oregon if Arizona could knock down a spot. Arizona has 2 more wins than the Ducks, but also 1 more loss. They've played 3 more Pac-12 games than Oregon just because that's the way the schedule worked out. The bye week for Arizona baseball, I should say, is the final week of the regular season. If Oregon goes 6-0, the Ducks are the Pac-12 champions in their series against Stanford and Cal coming up. Stanford series starting tonight. If Oregon sweeps Stanford and Oregon State sweeps Arizona, the Ducks would clinch a tie for the championship and earn the automatic berth based on series wins over ASU, OSU, and UCLA. And the Ducks would have an outright chance if those 3 teams each lose one of their 3 remaining games. That's the way the tiebreaker would break down. If Oregon goes 5-1, say, over the next 6 games, the Ducks would clinch a title if Arizona loses 1 at Oregon State. Say Oregon goes 4-2. That would mean that you win each of your next 2 series, theoretically. I guess you could lose one and then win the next, but you get what I'm saying. They would clinch the title if Arizona loses the series at Oregon State this weekend. And so you're seeing how when you go further down this list, you might need Arizona to lose some games. And if Oregon was, for example, to go 3-3, then the Ducks would need Arizona to get swept. Again, could help us out if our friends up north that wear the orange and black could get a series win over Arizona this upcoming weekend. The games are scheduled for 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and noon at PK Park. I understand that it is sold out on Saturday at 3 o'clock. It's supposed to be 70 degrees and sunny, by the way, at first pitch. Friday night, tonight, and Sunday's game, tickets are available. GoDucks.com, Oregon baseball in a Pac-12 title hunt against Stanford. And I will say this again. I think whoever wins the game tonight is probably going to be the Pac-12 pitcher of the year. I truly believe that it might come down to this. We got some other news and notes for you. Oregon women's golf competing in the national championships that began today. They are in the clubhouse sitting in 6th place with other teams still out on the course. And they've got 2 more days of this coming up. Brooke Nuneviller has been named to Team USA for Oregon volleyball. Congratulations to Brooke Nuneviller. Some awards and honors for track and field, women's tennis, and men's tennis that we'll get to today as well. And interviews with Oregon softball head coach Melissa Lombardi and Brooke Yanez before they take on Texas State in the regional round of the postseason at 4:30 today. And then we're going to hear from Mark Wazakowski, Kenyon Yovan, and Nico Teleshay because it is senior weekend. We're going to be celebrating the seniors at PK Park on Sunday. Again, tickets available, GoDucks.com. Guys, this is a big weekend for Oregon baseball, and have some fun at PK Park, will you? Let's hear from Mark Wazakowski. We met with the head coach earlier this week to just talk about where the Ducks are at heading into a huge weekend, and what are his thoughts after the Ducks got a top 20 win over Gonzaga on Tuesday. Now they've got another top 20 opponent in Stanford, who, by the way, Stanford sitting in 3rd place in the Pac-12 right now. Big time series. Let's hear from the Oregon baseball head coach Mark Wazakowski previewing tonight's first pitch against Stanford.
Yeah, big series this weekend, another big series. It seems like we say that every single week, and that's what you should say in the Pac-12. It's a great league. And so, real excited with how the guys played last night against a very good Gonzaga, top 20 ball club, and 10-3 win in that game. And now we've got a chance with 6 games remaining to win the Pac-12 conference. That's exciting for our program.
Mark, if you guys win a Pac-12 championship, what is the significance of that, not only as a championship team, but in taking, a step that you want to take in how you want to build this program into maybe bigger and better things down the road?
Yes, it is a step. Pac-12 champions is, something that, to my knowledge, hasn't been done here in the modern era yet. And so that's something that needs to occur. Obviously, the goal is to win Pac-12 conference championships here at Oregon, also win national championships here at Oregon, and we feel like we can do that in baseball. And so, just this whole season, we were picked at the beginning of the year by the coaches in our league to finish in 7th place. that didn't happen, and that isn't going to happen. And so that's a positive small step forward. And so we're just excited every day to get a chance. Really, this year has been about getting a chance to be together every single day and just having the ability to play was something that was the minimum. That was just the basic minimum of what we were asking for when this started. And now it's turned into a lot more than that, which is just a testament to the commitment that the guys and my staff have made. It's been a lot of fun, and winning a Pac-12 conference championship. Yeah, that's a big deal. And it is a positive step towards the direction that we intend the program to go in.
We talked about how you wanted to see Kenyon's numbers take an uptick, and certainly starting with last weekend and the 6 for 6, and even into last night, he's certainly gotten back in the groove the last week and a half or so. Has there been anything specific, or is this just kind of a little bit of baseball and things can be streaky at times?
I think you hit it there. I think it's just baseball, guys, hitting comes and goes. And now Kenyon is as we know, if that kid gets hot, he can put a team on his back and carry him for a couple of weeks of a season with just his ability to change a game in a lineup. And we've got a few guys, luckily, at Oregon right now that have been developed into those kind of players by, Coach Martyr and the tech guys with Brett Thomas leading that charge, getting that information to Coach Martyr. The development is obvious. It's happening at a really high level, both with the offensive players and the pitching side of it. Excited to see Kenyon get going. He could be a huge, huge asset for the last 2 regular season weeks and more than that.
Kind of piggybacking on that, I was going to talk about hitting too. It's so impressive to see the numbers, and you're second in the league, 293 batting average. Although Arizona's 330, there's something with Arizona, and you coach there and hitting, that you learned that with not any big secrets that kind of contributed to, the you're just scoring runs like crazy. You got your hitting clothes on every game here in the last couple of weeks. What's going on?
Well, I think the first thing is that the ground in Arizona is hard, and so there's a lot more hits there. And so you learn that. Now the ground here isn't hard, so the numbers that this group is putting up are real numbers. That there isn't any cheap hit at PK Park, that's for sure. And so what we've done, we've earned. What I learned, though, when it comes to hitting, just through the years of being a hitting coach, and now being blessed to be around guys like Jack Martyr that are really, really bright young coaches. What I've learned is real simple. It's a development thing and it's a mentality thing. And you need to be committed on both. You need to be committed towards the mentality that it takes to develop hitters and develop a hitting mindset. And so I don't know where we stack up this year in sacrifice bunts, but it's probably at the bottom of the league or close to it. I think we can get bunts down when we need to, and we need to be able to do that because where we're going in postseason play and down the stretch here with the last 6 games, you want to be able to be a complete offense and be able to do everything that's needed to win a game, no matter how you win it. Last night we had a double steal for a run. I mean, just things like that. We want to be able to have in the bag. I don't think we used that this entire season at all. And then last night we used it against Gonzaga. It helped us get a momentum, a rally situation going. And we just believe that the mentality that it takes to play good offense is a daily thing. And the completeness needed for an offense to be really good, that needs to be worked on a daily basis. And I'm lucky that I've got the coaches that I do on my staff that really are fantastic at it.
Oregon against Stanford on the hunt for a Pac-12 championship. It's going to be interesting to see how the Ducks perform under a little bit of pressure, because that's what they're facing right now. Ducks do control their own destiny on the hunt for a Pac-12 championship. We got more with the Oregon baseball head coach Mark Wasikowski as we approach a 6 o'clock first pitch today in the first of 3 between Oregon and Stanford at PK Park. Tickets, GoDucks.com. Back after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon athletics because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union. Join in. OnPointCU.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
On March 5th, 2021, we lost a larger-than-life member of the Oregon Ducks family. Chris Bjork passed away surrounded by his wife Allison and their 3 sons, Anders, Henry, and Jordy. After spending more than 26 years working with the University of Oregon, we are proud to establish the Chris Bjork Scholarship Fund in his honor. Go to goducks.com/Bjork Scholarship. That's goducks.com/Bjork Scholarship to make a contribution and help us remember a great Duck.
Duck Insider, your home for the latest news on Oregon athletics. This is the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
I'm little teapot, short and stout.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
No, Dad, like this. When I get all steamed up, then I shout, tip me over and pour me out.
This is WWE superstar Roman Reigns. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Insider presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Joey Mack inside the Country Financial Studio. Oregon softball this afternoon at 4:30 with a 4:15 pregame show. If you're live with us here in the 1 o'clock hour, Jordan Brenner will have the call on the Oregon Sports Network. And then also tonight, 6 o'clock first pitch, 6:05 officially for Oregon baseball against Stanford. We continue previewing the Ducks against the Cardinal with Oregon baseball head coach Mark Wazikowski. Some of his thoughts heading into what is a critical series for the Ducks on the way to maybe a Pac-12 championship. Here's Coach Waz.
Mark, what are some of the biggest challenges Stanford presents for you this weekend?
Well, Stanford's really good. They're really physical. They like to swing the bat. They like to hit the ball out of the ballpark. This isn't a group that is scared to be in the weight room. We're not scared to be in the weight room. It's going to be a heavyweight fight is what this one's going to come down to. They've got a guy on Friday night named Beck that's really good. No, he hasn't been beaten yet. And so, that's a situation. They've got an offense that flat out pounds the weights in the weight room. It looks like it. Traditionally, Stanford looks that way. It's no different this year. Those guys are big, strong guys that come in with a pretty angry offensive mindset, and that's a testament to Coach Esker, who's had a tremendous reputation in our league. Jack Martyr came from Stanford. He knows these guys very well. And had a part to do with the results that they're seeing on the field. And up until this past weekend, they were tied with us in Arizona for first place. This is a big-time weekend series. This is one where it sounds to me like the NCAA looks like they're going to lift attendance restrictions that they had in place at 50% for postseason play, which is great news. It sounds like that's following the legal or the precedent that what our president and the CDC is now out there saying. Obviously, it's going to follow local guidelines still, but we're optimistic that some of those trends can work in our favor to where, the feeling of our own president and the CDC feels as though being at PK Park safely is something that clearly can happen. And with all these good trends, we're optimistic that that's going to help us pack that place. And that should give us a very good home field advantage here at the most critical time of our season.
Waz, you touched on it there a little bit, but is Beck the best pitcher you guys have faced? I mean, his stat lines, certainly his power numbers from a strikeout perspective are best in the league. In a lot of categories, he's either at the top or near the top of the league in league play. Is he the best pitcher you guys have faced so far?
If he's not, he's clearly in that group. 6-0 record with 69 innings and 87 strikeouts with only 20 free base runners, 19 via walk and 1 for hit by pitch. The guy can really pitch. He's got 4 pitches. He gets in there for strikes. It's good stuff. He'll be a draft pick. He'll have a chance of being a big leaguer. He's good. And we know that going into it, and they've got more than just him. They've got a stack of arms there that are really, really good. And, ironically, we've been saying this now for weeks. When it comes to Friday night arms or arms in the pack, they're really good. It doesn't matter who you're playing. I mean, these guys are flat out good. And the COVID situation really did help stack the deck for better talent in college baseball. We're seeing that on a nightly basis. Even the Gonzaga group we saw last night, I mean, my gosh, they've got 7 arms that are running the ball up there, anywhere from 92 miles an hour to close to 100. And so when you've got that kind of quality pitching going on, it's good for your hitters because they're challenged, and they're challenged at a great clip, and they're challenged on a nightly basis. I do think Beck is, if not the best pitcher, he's clearly one of the best. I'd like to think that that we've got a guy at least in that discussion as well.
And for their hitters, obviously, 7 guys hitting basically 300, 296 or higher, and a lot of lead the league in home runs in league play as a team. But Brewster, Bowser, Jones seems to check almost every category on the base paths as well. This is balanced the lineup, and like I say, checking boxes between power, speed, average that you guys have faced as well.
Yeah, the next 2 weekends you're going to see some long lineups. These guys in Cal have long lineups. Arizona had a very long lineup. I think Arizona had the longest lineup in the league up to this point. Arizona State's had a very good lineup as well with some of their young hitters, especially a couple of those guys now getting hot and really doing some national things. But still, yeah, Stanford and Cal's lineups are both very, very good. Word on the street amongst the scouting community is that the Cal group in 2 weeks has maybe the most pro prospects out of any team in the league. And so you're talking about 2 weeks that are not easy weeks at all. Not that any of these weeks have been easy, but the next 6 games are going to be for a league championship, and they're against really good people.
Yeah, I was going to talk to you or ask you some questions about Aaron Zavala. I was just wondering, what are some of the keys to him unlocking his power this year? He came into the year only hitting 1 homer, and he's already hit 7. So I just kind of wanted to hear a little bit about kind of what you've done or what your staff has done to help him unleash that power.
Well, a lot. It first starts with him and his commitment to improvement and his commitment to being receptive to improvement. And so that's where it starts. Then it goes to, my staff, Jack Martyr and then our tech people, Brett Thomas specifically, Marcus Hinkle. That group sits and meets daily on individual plans for every hitter in our program. We don't have a cookie cutter approach. Every player has different analytics and metrics that work in his swing that need to be presented to where we can improve those, swing flaws or swing strengths to where we can maximize power. That's what's happened with Aaron amongst the other kids on the team. Aaron got right now with, 22 extra base hits, and his OPS is, in the upper 1100s. That's a real guy right there. That's a guy that's making national news. The scouting community's seen it. And, it started with his testament to hard work and commitment. And I like to think that the coaching staff that we've been able to put together has been able to assist him in his quest.
Can you talk to me a little bit about how important it's been to have him kind of in the middle of the lineup throughout the year?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, when you get, when you go Smith, Jovan, Zavala, Matthews, and that's what you're rolling out there in your top 4 guys. And, don't look now, but Josh Gasevich is well over 300 now, and his production level has gone through the roof. And he came in here as a pitcher. So, there's a lot going on a positive thing. And when your 6-hole guy is a 6'3", 220-pound center fielder that can fly, and he's big and strong, and he's just scratching the surface, there's a lot to like. When guys look at this lineup, there's some depth to it. There's some length to our lineup as well. I know Stanford's got that. We've already talked about. The Ducks do too. And that's what's fun for these people in Eugene and the surrounding communities to come out and see this group. This is unique. This isn't something that's been rolled out there in modern history for the Duck program. And I am really excited about the trends now that our national government has broken down in terms of the health and safety of our athletes, our staff, and our fans to be able to come and potentially see this group. Really hope people take the advantage and the opportunity to get out and see this group now that it's been deemed safe. We can do that clearly. Whatever they allow in that stadium, it should be at capacity. I mean, these kids are good, and boy, do they want it. And they just love to practice and play. And I want people around here, because of the hard work and mentality in our region, that they would appreciate seeing these guys just practice, play. It's an awesome thing to be a part of. And I really want to showcase that for the local communities for sure.
I think we're going to be showcasing that team pretty darn well this weekend. PK Park, 6 o'clock tonight, 3 o'clock on Saturday, noon on Sunday. Ducks and Stanford at PK Park. Oregon controls its own destiny for a Pac-12 championship with 6 games left in the regular season. Some Pro Ducks notes. Steven was putting it out in the comments. Yes, Sabrina Ionescu's going to play tonight. We've got Dylan Brooks in action, Jordan Bell in action in the NBA play-in tournament. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's cool seeing all the Pro Ducks in action, man. It's awesome to see. When we come back, a guy who's going to be a Pro Duck sooner than later, Kenyon Yovan. We're going to hear from him after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
Hi, it's Jan from Toyota. Summer's finally here, and with a great deal on a new Camry, RAV4, Highlander, Tacoma, and more, you can celebrate all of your favorite summer holidays, like Cinco de Mayo, Independence Day, International Pizza Party Day. Pepperoni, please. And by pepperoni, I mean Hawaiian.
Kick off summer at your Toyota dealer, where you can save big on all your favorites. This event ends June 1st. See your participating Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon athletics because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union. Join in. OnPointCU.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
This is Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
Ugh, what are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
What are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. It's been a long time since we've had an adventure in the forest.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
You're right. I should get out.
Yeah, the forest is not that far away.
Hey, Mom!
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
It's important to buckle up your kids.
I know.
Sometimes car seats can be complicated.
I know.
And if your child's in the wrong seat and you get into a crash,
I know.
it could lead to a serious injury.
I know.
So you're 100% sure you have the right car seat for your child's age and size?
I don't know.
Don't think you know. Know you know. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Make sure you have the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Joey Mack here in the Country Financial Studio. Welcome you back to Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Kenyon Yovan, a guy who has had a journey of a career, started as a pitcher, was an All-American as a closer. Now he's a hitter. Was an All-American last year, and he's one of the top 5 in pretty much every offensive category in the Pac-12 right now, and he's been a big reason why the Ducks have had so much success, especially when you put him in the 2-hole. He was talking about that and a whole lot more as he heads into, well, senior weekend at PK Park. It's going to be emotional. About 15 guys, I believe, will be honored on Sunday for Oregon baseball, and they got a chance to win a Pac-12 championship. Kenyon Yovan talking about a lot of different things in his conversation with us earlier this week.
Kenyon, talk about this weekend series with Stanford. Obviously a very big series. You guys, are in pretty good shape to contend for the Pac, make a run here, hopefully for a Pac-12 championship. And I'm sure that's probably a big reason why you came to Oregon, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was, it was the reason why I came back the last 2 years to, that was the reason I committed, was to get this team to Omaha for the first time. And, Pac-12 championship is definitely, a stepping stone to getting to Omaha for us. And, this weekend's big for us, but at the same time, it's just another weekend we got to go out there and compete and play against the game itself and be able to go out there and just continue what we've been doing and, work on getting better in practice. So, we can make a run for Pac-12 and make a run for Omaha.
You had maintained that message for basically the whole past 3 years prior to the injury. How were you able to maintain that?
Total change of mindset when it comes to game time, going out there and not trying to do so much where we have to score runs, we have to do this, we have to do that. Just going out there and competing down to every single pitch, knowing that every detail matters. Waz has installed that in us from the first day that he showed up. And it's just, we go through every rep in practice is game-like, and it used to not be like that. And so us going about it that way and trying to make sure that everything that we do is game-like, to be able to have that practiced during practice and even in pregame. So when the big moment shows up in the game, it's like second nature to us. And it's big for us because, all those names that you just said they're Oregon kids. We grew up Duck fans. We grew up being around the game. And when the Ducks came back, it was easy for all of us to be fans. And so it's just something that we want to do. Gabe, Nico, and I have always talked about the ups and downs that we've had since we've been here, and all the good moments and everything. And we all came back this year to be able to turn this program around, make it, install our legacy, and just leave here on a positive note. And we still have a lot of work to do. So we go out there with a chip on our shoulder, because we've been through the low points, we've been through some high points, and so we're trying to keep it going and make this something special.
What's it like having so many Oregon players littered throughout the roster that are making a positive impact? And then what's it like having bats like Aaron Zavala and Gabe Matthews in the lineup to kind of help protect you and themselves as well?
Having Oregon kids with ducks across our chest, it's just something that's special to me personally, but to everyone else in the state of Oregon. Growing up in the Northwest, you don't get it looked at as much as, kids who grow up in Texas, California, Florida, all the bigger states, the South that go to bigger showcases and everything. And so coming here and showing that, Northwest kids are, elite. We're we're playing at the highest level. We're competing at the highest level. And it's something that we all carry with us every day, that we're just, like I was saying before, like we carry a chip on our shoulder when we go out there and play. And so it's something that we want, we just want to prove that, Oregon baseball and, Oregon players themselves are, competitive, and we're elite. We can hang with the best competition in the country. And then with a lineup, it's something that we've all worked on. Gabe's been here, obviously he's just breaking records on records. It's unbelievable. And, I've been here through it all with him, and he's just consistently competitive throughout all 5 years that he's been here. And then Aaron, emerging is awesome to see, and those two being from the same high school is pretty awesome too, from, being from South Salem. And so it's just something special we have going on, and something that, we're going to leave here when it's all said and done.
Well, have you done anything specifically the last 3 weekends to change things up, or or take a different approach? Or
it's all mentality. I got to a point where I was struggling mentally, I was more guessing pitches and going up there struggling with my approach, and I got back in there, and I kind of lost the swagger that I had in the box there for a little bit, trying to be too much and trying to hit more home runs instead of just letting my natural power supply it. Because I know once I put barrel on ball, I can hit a ball out of any ballpark. And so it's just something that I needed to wrap my head around and try to get back to it, and stop trying to swing for the fence, and just know that finding barrel is going to get more hits, and that's going to lead to more mistake pitches, because they're going to try to do too much and leave it over the plate, and then you get more. And so it's just something that I had to find within myself, to get back on it, because I knew especially during a final stretch, everyone needs to be locked in. And yeah, it's baseball too. I mean, stringiness is going to happen. The best hitters are going to go through a little bit of a slump, and so it's just it's something you got to work past, and just put in extra work in the cage and watch film and stuff like that. Just be able to succeed and get back on the ball and get ready to go.
Coming into this season, it seemed like you and Gabe were pretty much proven offensive commodities, and there were a lot of expectations for Aaron as well. But what can you say about the other guys in the lineup and how they developed in the offensive production they've given you guys this year?
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, now after Nowitzki hit his home run, I mean, our starting lineup, every single person has a home run now, which is something that you couldn't say about Oregon baseball in the past. And so, I mean, it's just something that you can see of all the hard work that's been put in from everyone, 1 through 9. I mean, Gavin Grant coming out here, and every time we need a big at bat, he's coming through. Tanner Smith being probably the best leadoff that I've ever had on a team, being able to scare an opponent where they have to go first pitch changeup of the game just because they know that he can hit a home run in any given time. And so it's something that is special. I mean, Kasovich being able to emerge in over 300 hitter now in only his second season here. And so it's unbelievable being able to, have a lineup where a pitching staff can't take a break. It's not that they have, I can leave a fastball down the middle. No, that pitcher has to be locked in for all 100 pitchers or 100 pitches, give or take, if they're a starting pitcher, or every bullpen guy has to come in and they have to execute their plan. And so it's something that puts more fear into a pitching staff. I mean, especially me being a pitcher in the past. I mean, when you have a lineup that doesn't have a hole in it, it's difficult to go with your scouting report, because you know that you can't leave a mistake over the middle of the play just because that one pitch can lead to 5 runs instantly, because hitting's contagious when it comes to a lineup that can get hot. And so with the way that our lineup is becoming more scary, because everyone's hungry to be successful, because now they smell that a championship can be near if we work hard enough. And so it's just something that it is going to be special with the way that we can go about our business moving on. And so I'm excited to see everyone else even get better today at practice and then moving forward.
Kenyon, hoping for a few more weekends at home than just this upcoming one. With that in mind, though, what are your emotions going to be like this upcoming weekend? A lot of guys that have played a lot of baseball in this ballpark, and chance to celebrate some of those guys like yourself in the final regular season weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be emotional. I mean, it makes me feel emotional just thinking about it right now. And, it's been 5 years. And so it's something crazy, a lot of memories on this field, and been through a lot, but, we're hoping everything works out. And because at the end of the day, it's not going to be our last game. We're going to try to get the postseason working where we get 2 more weekends at home. And so, but no, Sunday will be, I mean, one, it's a massive game. Every game is going to be massive here on out. And so, but even before the game, it's going to be tough, with everything going on. It's going to be emotional, everything that I've gone through personally. And then just Gabe, Nico, and I being here for 5 years, being in the downs all the way to where we're at now. So it's something special that we have going on, and it's something that I'm going to cherish for a long time.
Kenyon, it's been obviously a pretty fantastic season for men's sports in Oregon, with Pac-12 championships in football, men's basketball, men's track. Do you guys maybe jokingly get around and say, hey, we got to keep the streak going now, or do you even look at it like that?
No, we don't. At this point, we don't look at it like that. We're just looking at going out there and trying to get better every day so we can make a run, because, baseball, you're playing 3 games in a weekend. You can't take a single break off. And so we're not looking that far forward. We just got to take care of business. Obviously we're looking towards the weekend and how to prepare for it, but, we're trying to get better today. We have practice today, and it's a big practice in preparation for this weekend. So trying to get better today. We have lift before. And so it's just trying to get stronger to get ready for the weekend, trying to keep the flow of what we have going on going. And so it's, today's a big day. So is tomorrow. And then Friday comes around, it's going to be even bigger. So just trying to keep it going.
What have you seen from Beck? Because Waz was saying that, obviously statistically, you can look at all the stat lines, and he certainly ranks at or near the top of the Pac-12 in almost everything. So in that matchup on Friday night in particular, what have you seen from him?
I haven't seen very much of it. I know that my junior year, our team faced him, and so there's a little bit of matchups that we've already had, so they can see him. And so, obviously I didn't play, and so it's we'll see what happens. But it's just another guy throwing a ball, trying to get it over the plate, and trying to get me out, and I'm just not going to let that happen. So it's just something that I got to go out there, prepare. I'll watch film, see where he's at, and I'll bring my best, because coming into PK Park's never easy, and we're going to try to make it even harder on him. So I'm excited to get to work and get ready for the weekend.
You can just hear the intensity in the entire team. It's not just the head coach. It's very true with Oregon baseball, and I've seen it with every team I've worked with, that the team takes on the personality of its head coach. Ducks certainly have that with Mark Watzkowski. When we come back, another veteran and Nico Teleshay. Also a look ahead to Oregon softball. Melissa Lombardi will hear some thoughts on Texas State. Ducks will throw the first pitch at 4:30 coming up on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
Hi, welcome to the Spicy Drive-In. May I take your order?
Can I get the spicy chicken sandwich, please?
The spicy chicken is an excellent choice, sir. And to drink?
Whatever's fine.
Oh, may I make a beverage pairing recommendation this evening?
Sure.
If we are feeling especially bold tonight, sir, I would recommend the Mountain Dew with that. It's bravely unrestrained with a very alive aroma that pairs wonderfully with your spicy chicken. It's followed by a hint of zesty citrus flavor.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
I'm sure you already know this, sir, but remember to appreciate the nose first by giving the Mountain Dew a little swirl to relieve volatilize it.
Vala, what?
To change the flavor compounds and activate your taste buds to get them fully primed for that chicken sandwich.
It's delicious.
Now you're getting the hang of it. The muscular flavor charge characteristics of Mountain Dew make for an absolutely epic mouthfeel when paired with spicy cuisine. It is quite on point, sir.
Dude, it's a perfect match. Like they were made for each other.
So true, so true.
When you want to make good food bolder and bold food better, do the Dew.
Your daily dose of Oregon athletics. This is Duck Insider from Learfield IMG College.
Listen and imagine. It takes 5 seconds to send a text, and for those 5 seconds, you're driving blind. Life is worth more than a text. Stay alive. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
Everybody buckle up.
Mom.
Buckle up.
Let's go.
Buckle up.
Can we go to the store? Mom,
buckle
can we get
up.
some ice cream?
Everybody, buckle up.
A lot goes on in the car, but you're in control. So only move when you hear the click that says they're buckled in. Never give up until they buckle up. Learn more at safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Insider presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Joey Mack inside the Country Financial Studio, getting ready for Oregon baseball against Stanford tonight at 6 o'clock. Nico Teleshay, one of the 5-year guys for Oregon baseball, met with the media. I got a chance to talk with him earlier this week. Good times talking with the media and Nico Teleshay as we get ready for senior weekend. We started there with Nico.
Nico, I'll start with the obvious one. What are the emotions going to be like this weekend? You're hoping to play a few more series at home, but even with that in mind, what are the emotions going to be like here coming up, particularly on Sunday and for this weekend at PK?
Shoot, I'm trying not to think about it. Hopefully not too emotional, but yeah, hopefully we just get a win and it'll be a good day.
Nico, with that in mind, does it make it easier having an emotional weekend like this, knowing that you guys do have a goal to continue to try to play at home? Does that kind of help it mentally for you?
Yeah, I think so. Like knowing that it's like our last home series, but we still have a chance to host and stuff like that. It'll be probably a lot better knowing that. So
how do you go about it mentally of evaluating yourself, not getting too high or too low?
Yeah, I think it's like, my job is just to come in and stop the bleeding. And if our team wins, like that's kind of how I judge how things are going. If I come in and maybe I give up a run or whatever, and our team wins, and it's good. I know what I need to work on, and if it goes the other way, then it's tough. But you just get, you're going to get back out there and get the ball. So yeah, just kind of just staying flat line and keep making pitches and trying to get better every day is how I've been sticking with it. So
when you're in the bullpen watching guys like Robbie, Cullen, Brett doing what they've been doing, their numbers I think speak for themselves. Nico, I mean, what's going through your mind watching those guys pitch, and what's sort of your I guess your job maybe is the best way to ask that question throughout those games when you're watching those guys do what they've been doing, and how amazing has it been to watch those guys?
Yeah, it's fun. I feel like they just keep getting better each week. Each week they get better, and when I come in, it's I don't want to give up their run, so I take a lot of pride when I come in, like that the bleeding's going to stop and we're going to go back in the dugout and score some more runs. So it's just you kind of just they give that baton to you, and you just have fun with it. But yeah, it's been fun watching them all year. I feel like they just keep getting better each week.
How great is it seeing so many Oregon-based players do so well, both in pitching and then also the hitters? Like, what's that like seeing so many littered throughout the program?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool to see. Like, I mean, I know me and Kenyon kind of grown up playing with each other, and Gabe's from Oregon. I feel like our whole lineup and a lot of those guys are Northwest guys, and having Robbie get the ball on Friday and just doing so well this year, it's been really cool to see and special to be a part of for sure.
How were you all able to maintain that approach and that end goal, and to choose to come back multiple times, no less, to now be achieving it?
Yeah.
How one, how does it feel, and two, how do you all do it?
Well, I think just going back to thinking back when we weren't having that success, and still remembering going in after games that were tough, and there'd be guys hitting in the cages or like getting that extra workout in. And I feel like just a lot of guys they weren't hanging in the towel, things weren't going well. It's not like, oh, well, things aren't going well, might as well stop working, stop trying to get better. But I feel like every year guys were, putting their head down and still working, getting a little better and a little better and a little better. And then when everyone, chose to came back, and I think just all that hard work and just consistency has kind of just been paying off for a lot of guys. So it's been cool.
It's awesome for Nico Teleshay, Kenyon Yovan, all these other Oregonians that are in the hunt in this senior year for them. Kind of a super senior year with everything that's gone on in the world, and they control their own destiny for a Pac-12 championship. Oregon baseball against Stanford, 6 o'clock tonight. Meanwhile, Oregon softball on the road in Austin. Thought they might be hosting a regional at Jane Sanders Stadium. Didn't break that way. So they're heading to Texas. They've got a 4:30 first pitch against Texas State today. Jordan Brenner's going to have the call on the Oregon Sports Network with a 4:15 first pitch and a 4:30 start on ESPN3 for those of you who are going to be tuning in via ESPN. Melissa Lombardi caught up with the media yesterday, talking a little bit about this matchup with Texas State.
Coach, as good as Giannis has been this year, the last couple of weeks, she's really stepped it up another notch. And I guess just in your experience, you've had that happen a lot with the pitchers that you've coached, Paige Parker and Kalani Ricketts. The people that you're dealing with always seem to peak at that right time. Is there a secret sauce that you have? And what is there about Brooke that you're excited about going into this upcoming series?
Yeah, I think Brooke is in a really good place right now. I think our entire pitching staff's in a great place, but you can see she's pitching well. I think she's really coming into her stride. It's the end of the year, and that's where you want to be your best. I think she's had so much opportunity to play through the pack and play the non-conference games and really understand how to be her best mentally and physically on the mound.
Texas State appears to have a really good young pitcher in Mullins. They've pitched well over their last 10 games, really well. They've hit 46 home runs this season. How do you kind of see the matchup with them? I know you respect the program, you said the other night, but now you've had more time to dive into it. What's the scouting report on them?
Yeah, they've got a tough lineup. They've got speed at the front. They like to slap. They've got some big hitters in the middle. They like to do a lot of different things at the plate. So I trust that our defense will be ready to go. Their pitchers are very good as well. I think at this point, it's postseason. Everybody's got it. They've got the pitching, they've got the hitting, they've got great defense. So it's just us playing our game.
As we talked a couple of weeks ago about Brooke, and we're asking just, again, they're against really potent lineups. Was there a particular issue? All right, now she goes against a potent lineup in Arizona a couple of weeks ago, shuts them down. Obviously last week with Cal. In reviewing the last several weeks, maybe even the whole season, was there anything along the way other than, hey, the opponents just happen to do well on a given day, and on days when she's on at her best, she gets the best of anybody too?
Yeah, I think she's has the ability to be great against anybody. I just think you have a long season and you're going to have times when you're pitching really well, and then maybe some times where, it just might be a struggle a little bit. And it's just understanding how to work through those times and it allow it for you to continue to grow and get better. And I think that's what you could see with her through this year.
I was wondering if you would be able to talk a little bit about Haley Cruz and kind of the impact that she's had in her final season.
She's been great. She's been a leader on and off the field. It's really important to her to put her team in a great position to have success. So she's just been a great leader. She really, during our practices, when we're working on things, she'll have things to say, like when we're in the middle of the game, she'll check in with her team, and talk about adjustments that we want to make. So I've just been really proud of her leadership and what she's done for this team.
Yeah, she's been so important. Haley Cruz, for so many different reasons. It's great to see her playing one more season with Oregon softball. Here's to playing a few more weeks if you're Haley Cruz. When we come back, a few more awards around the Oregon Athletic Department handed out by the Pac-12 Conference. And Brooke Yanez can hear a little bit from Oregon's starting pitcher, who's a big key for the Ducks in the postseason on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon athletics because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union. Join in. OnPointCU.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
As my family continued to grow, I realized I'd have to replace my beloved Jeep with something that has, well, more seats. I'm Jason Hines, Country Financial Rep and father of 7. Whether you're upgrading from your sporty ride with no room for a car seat or finally replacing your well-loved beater that still has a cassette player, you'll want the right protection for your new car. Work with a Country Financial Rep like me and get the protection you need at a price you can afford. Learn more at TakeSimpleSteps.com or contact a local Country representative.
You're listening to Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter, Brooklyn, was also a motivation for me to go back to school. Every day after work, went straight to school, and it paid off.
At age 26, Kareem finished his high school diploma.
I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Joey Mack inside the Country Financial Studio. If you're just joining us, Brooke Nuneviller has been named to Team USA for Oregon Volleyball, or from Oregon Volleyball, I should say, and for volleyball, one of the 28 players. She's going to be the libero for the second season for Team USA, which is pretty impressive. So congratulations to Brooke Nuneviller, one of the big reasons that Oregon Volleyball has had so much success. Oregon Track and Field, a pair of Pac-12 title performances. Well, Cole Hawker, Cooper Tier, maintaining their spots on the Bowerman watch list. The post-conference edition of the watch list was announced on Thursday afternoon, and Ducks might have a couple that are, well, they do have a couple that could win the thing. I guess maybe that's the best way to say it. Oregon true freshman Janice Yen became the first player in program history to earn Pac-12 freshman/newcomer of the year honors for Oregon women's tennis. That's awesome, and congratulations. And meanwhile, Josh Charlton and Emmanuel Costi have been named to the second team All-Pac-12 for Oregon men's tennis as those two seasons have come to a close. Women's golf, they're in the clubhouse now, sitting in 6th place with teams still on the course if you're live with us approaching the 2 o'clock hour. We're going to finish up today's show here in a little bit from Brooke Yanez, who is truly living the dream. She came to Oregon to play in the postseason. She's getting a chance to do that, and she met with the media yesterday.
Brooke, this is this version of the Ducks' first foray into the postseason. What is there that you're expecting to see, and what, with your experience, can you help prepare the younger players for?
Yeah, I think we're just expecting, we're thinking of it as just like any other softball game, any other softball tournament. This is kind of a opportunity for us to refresh. We kind of got to let go of everything that happened during season. I thought we did really good this past season, but now it's time to focus on the teams that we are facing this weekend. So, and just knowing that what we have is good enough for any team.
Brooke, just after your journey, what does this mean to you to finally make it to the tournament and have an opportunity in the big stage to play at the biggest stage that the sport has to offer?
Yeah, it means a lot. It's really exciting. It's kind of what I came here for, and I knew this team was totally capable of doing that and going further into this postseason. So I'm really excited, and I'm really happy for just the whole team in general.
That's what she came here for, and the Ducks are getting a chance against Texas State here coming up at 4:30 if you're live with us in the 1 o'clock hour. Ducks, oh, postseason is here. Women's golf and softball, congratulations on great seasons, and here's to them continuing well into next week. Oregon softball starting at 4:30 today, and Oregon baseball, I'm headed over to PK Park right now. We're live in the Casanova Center in the Country Financial Studio. It's going to be a lot of fun over at PK Park. Pac-12 title. Pac-12 title potentially for the Ducks. 6 o'clock tonight, Oregon, Stanford at PK Park. Tickets still available. Get them now. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week.
When you went car shopping, you meant business. You aced vehicle history searches and test drives. You out-salesmaned the salesman. Now you've got your wheels. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. With 401k tips and smart saving strategies, you'll have the info you need to get more for your future. Go to aceyourretirement.org, because when it comes to speeding past financial challenges, you're an ace.